My name is Richard Porter. I'm a key grip, and I've been working in and around the film industry for nearly 20 years. I got my start from a high school counselor. Basically asked me what I want to do. He could tell I was a little lost and needed motivation. I told him I wanted to do filmmaking, and he suggested local college and had me go check it out, and I did, and it sparked an interest, like seeing a stage and the cameras and lights and all that stuff, and it never went away. The responsibility of a key grip on set is they're the lead of the grip department. The grip department works in conjunction with the cinematographer for both lighting needs as well as camera needs. When electricians provide manufactured light, we come in and augment all light, whether manufactured or available, through scrims, flags, bounces, nets, and we shape the light, whether it was manufactured or available, so that'd be the sun or a light that the electric department brought in. And we also provide all support for camera in their movement, be it dolly, jib, even when they're doing handheld, we're there to take it off their shoulder and provide that support. And because of both of those two things, we're involved in safety because of all that rigging and movement. So the roles in the grip department start as the key grip is the head of the department. The best boy grip is the second in their department. He handles managerial functions. I could get into a long explanation, but in short, basically they handle the management of the team as well as some kind of like quartermaster type things where they're maintaining the equipment and the inventory, as well as just making sure their plan is on schedule. Kind of equal in ranking next to the best boy is the dolly grip. The dolly grip is that first point of contact for all the camera support stuff. It doesn't mean they're always on dolly. Sometimes they're doing support for camera stuff, that handheld nature, taking it off the shoulder, as well as running the jibs and stuff like that. They're in that capacity. And then below that you have your thirds, is what we often call them, but they're your company grips. Parallel to that, there's also the rigging department. So you have your rigging key, rigging best. They don't have a dolly grip necessarily, but they will have pre-work that they might do. They might build the jib or help lay the track or something like that. So the rigging crew helps facilitate what you don't want your shooting crew waiting around for. The types of skills necessary to be a grip are vast. Everything from knot tying to basic carpentry, just a rough rudimentary understanding of your basic tools, understanding how to operate with wrenches, lifts. We operate with lifts, and just furthermore, then it starts getting into the technical stuff of our trade, which is the lighting equipment, just knowing the stands and the different modifiers that we have, being the flags and rags and stuff like that. So the gaffer is the lead of the electric department, whereas the key grip is the head of the grip department. They are equal, so to speak. Some view the gaffer as slightly above in those lighting matters, whereas the key grip is overseeing other stuff as well, like I said, the camera support and whatnot. So the key grip works in conjunction with the cinematographer and the gaffer primarily, but they actually work with a lot of different departments in different ways. So on a normal day, the cinematographer would confer with his gaffer and his key grip on his lighting needs. That conversation would continue with a separate conversation the key grip and the DP would only have together, being their camera support needs, because that wouldn't necessarily go through the gaffer. And then the grip department will circle back with any other needs, be it the rigging, the electrics, if they have any rigging to do in the air or to lifts or anything like that. They'll also work sometimes with the art department or special effects or stunts if they have any need for assistance in rigging and stuff. The job can change sometimes in the types of production between commercials, TV shows, movies, but a lot of times it's very similar. It's just it just grows, if that makes any sense. So, you know, the same functions are performed with a 2x3 flag and a one extra hand as they are when you have 20 extra hands and you're flying 20 bys. You have to take into consideration the needs of the lighting, the safety, and of course that camera support. So a lot of it stays the same. It's just how much of that workload can be eased by more crew. So the size of the show kind of is based on that workload and budget, of course. But it's a lot of times it's quite the same. So the average day for a key grip is often showing up and catching up immediately with your cinematographer and your gaffer about the expectations of the day, the schedule, where you're finding out what you can work ahead on. A lot of times, not just what's first, but you know what's 2-3 shots down the line that you can start getting a jump on, because that's what really gets you ahead when working on productions, because we don't have time is one of our biggest enemies. But generally you meet up with them. Sometimes also the AD as well will be involved in that to talk about the schedule, and then you'll if you have a rigging crew, you might talk with your rigging key as the key grip to pass off any notes to them. Say, hey, you know, can you jump ahead on XYZ? It's really tackling the plan, you know, the schedule and stuff like that. My favorite part about being a key grip is the different functions that we perform. It's having more than one thing to focus on. I like the challenge of, you know, not just thinking about lighting, because I've done a electric side too, and that can be rewarding for some, but for myself, I wanted more. So I wanted to be involved with the camera department. I wanted to be involved in safety. I wanted to have conversations with stunts and special effects and whatnot to, you know, be a useful, you know, jack of all trades, which many of us grips are. So I like to have more than one challenge on my plate. For anybody considering being a grip in the film and television industry, I would suggest watching your favorite movies and TV shows and looking for the types of lighting that you like and learning from it, so that you can, when you start learning the actual process of doing it, you'll have an idea of what it is that you're doing, being able to identify what looks that you're trying to attain. A lot of times when you're talking with a DP or a gaffer, you'll use references of other things that have already been shot to explain that language of, you know, visual medium to others. The other thing is, I always tell everyone with grips is practice your knots. You know, watch movies, practice your knots. You'll learn the rest on set. When you're finding yourself on set for the first time, some important things to remember is just to pay attention to what's going on around you. You know, you might not know everything that's going on, but you'll learn quickly who is in charge of what, who's taking care of what, and you'll find your place quickly by knowing where to be from observing others. You know, one of the biggest things is when you see new people, they just stand around in awe of it all and they don't know what to do, but observe and try to fall in where you can. You know, if your position calls for it, you know, just find somebody to tail and follow them. If you're a grip, follow another grip, and you'll find a place where he needs another set of hands. Then you'll become necessary and you'll learn. Same with any department. Just find somebody to tail and keep your eyes open. I think there's something to learn on every shoot, so I still learn new things.